gentlemen, and welcome to another fantastic weekend of Formula One racing here on the EGL Extreme Gaming League. I'm Tipsy Bob, and joining me on the mic is my trusty sidekick and my good friend, Dad Bats. Covering all the action today, we're going to be covering everywhere from Monaco, Singapore, Abu Dhabi, and Bahrain, all across the world, all across the country. A full grid lined up some of the best talent around the world. We have plucked them from all corners of the earth to give you some of the greatest racing experience viewing footage you'll ever see in your lifetime. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the EGL. We go once and all the cars are all lining up on the grid. They're all getting ready. The drivers will be focusing on their first corner. Are they going to take it? What are they going to do? Is it going to go deep? Are they going to go? Who knows? Let's go! Away we go! DRS is still active, and if Timo wants to get this moved on, he's gonna need to use this DRS zone because I have a feeling. Oh no, Timo comes under the pressure in the traction zone. The Prix to mount up another overtake on 1v3 frame mark. This is Ryan straight to the mark.
And Timo are oh, it's not bad. Oh no! Oh my god, this one. So sorry, control myself. So Timo
I wouldn't be getting a penalty too, so they can stand at the back together again, just like Timo likes it.
How many times? Did you see how many times Timo tried to get into the
Hello everyone, welcome to another week of 2SRL Tier 3 on a Tuesday evening. We're here, me and Pixel.
Hello.
Yeah, that I completely butchered that intro as always, but yeah, we're here in Mexico. A fan favorite track. I think the only person that likes this track is some idiot.
Well, I mean, being honest, I do actually quite enjoy driving this track.
I mean,
know
I
not
do
many
too.
Do,
but there's just something about this track that makes it feel super bland. It's probably the fact that it's basically just flat. It has no elevation changes.
Yeah, that not having any elevation does kind of take from the character somewhat.
Then again, the track itself is pretty high up. So
yeah,
it's 2k meters or something.
Yeah, something around that. It's the highest Formula 1 track on the calendar, by some way as well.
It's also not a long one. Lap times are around 1 minute 15s, 1 minute 14s or 13s will be pole.
For pole, I would guess a low 14, or maybe someone might even sneak a high 13.
Let's see this hammer starting
Tier
his
2
lap.
and Tier 1 would be getting closer to the really low 13s.
Hammer's on his first lap here. He is in medium. The straight going down to turn 1 is probably one of the longest ones alongside Baku. It is half of the track basically as well.
Yeah, it's quite a long straight, so you kind of need to trim your wings out a bit to, or you just lose a bunch of position on lap time.
Yeah.
So
And
it's
then
kind of a compromise on the setup.
you have the part of the track where Hammer's on right now, which is that back part, last tricky, low-speed right-hand section, where it's actually kind of hard to actually get the car turned in, especially in this year's game when you don't have that first gear rotation. And then again back with those S's, which are mostly just flat out, maybe a tiny lift.
That said, it can be kind of hard to balance the car through the S's. Sometimes it just snaps away from you.
Yeah.
I've yet to figure out why that is, but it does happen. So you have to get the line just right, and if you take too much curb or anything like that, it becomes an issue.
1:15 flat from Fropsy on soft, 16.8 from Hammer on mediums, 15.1 from Kirst on softs.
Yeah,
Sonny 15.8, Linda 14.6. So already
yeah,
have
Blind
some.
had a very good time off the bat.
And Epic with an even better one.
Haha, epic.
That's epic. Ace Boy in the stadium section, maybe he has something to say about this as well. But yeah, already some fast times all around. Dragon with a unamused emoji in chat. Hello Dragon, how many DNFs today?
So Aceboy P4, 15.069, epic.
So usually we see people don't go on that many different soft to medium quali laps. Usually most of the time they all qualify on the same tires. But now we got quite a few people going mediums, and one of them is being Owen, who's currently championship leader, being chased down by Sonny and Neon Rays. Neon Rays, who is still in the pits. Owen, who set a 15.4, beat Sonny by 4 tenths on the set of mediums.
Yeah, so 3 races left to go on the championship, just as you mentioned the standings. So Owen is still leading at the moment. The gap to Neon Rays is down to 21 points. So if it's 21 points, then fastest laps could actually prove to be quite crucial.
Yeah, isn't it 21 points to Neon Race and like 33 points to Sonny in total, all 3 of them?
It's 36 points between Owen and Son.
Oh yeah, so it's still really close between 3 people with 3 races left. So
yeah,
this will go down to Abu Dhabi unless something dramatic happens here today.
Yeah, most likely. If Owen were to win today,
And both
and
Sonny
Neon had issues, then he could conceivably walk away from Brazil with the championship, but most likely it will go down to the wire.
If Owen wins today and Sonny doesn't score points, Sonny's out of the contention for the championship as well.
Yeah, that is true.
But there is no way Owen can win the championship today yet.
Yeah, it's too close. It won't happen today.
Yeah. If he had a 25-point gap, then it could have been doable. He actually needs 52 points in Brazil if he wants to win in Brazil. Or he needs 26 points after Brazil if he wants to win.
Yeah, counting the fast lap. Well, really, you'd want.
Actually, I don't even think with 26 points.
Is on wins.
Yeah, Neon Rays has more wins. I think Owen only has 1 really.
Yeah, so.
So he needs 27 points.
He needs 27, yeah.
Because if it's gonna be equal on points, that just means it's gonna be Neon Rays championship.
Yeah, very much so. Like in Owen's position, it is his to lose more so than Neon's to win, but that doesn't mean he can rest on his laurels yet.
Most of this championship has just been Owen with really good results early on in the season, and then in that later half, I think after the French Grand Prix, around that time, I think Neon Rays really started popping in with those good results and catching Owen in the championship.
Yeah, and I think that was combined with around a bad luck for Owen and just Tier 3 coming into maturity with the drivers getting more used to the game and how to drive, and the competition has kind of risen to meet Owen.
Anyways, I'm on board here with Neon Rays, who's just going through the first chicane. Going on to the second DRS straight, which the activation zone for it is actually the same one as the first DRS straight, so really you need to be close for that DRS. But anyways, into the second chicane, this right-hander is quite a slow one, quite hard to get it turned in. And going down to this double right, and it's kind of important to get a good exit out of here since there is the S section in front, but you are going flat mostly throughout of it. Just a tiny lift on the brakes, and then flat out, tiny lift again, just to kind of keep the car and make sure you don't lose it. It still needs the time in, and it's easy to invalidate since there is no gravel, there is no grass, so you can always just kind of go wide and invalidate. But anyways, braking, going down into fourth, and going into the stadium section here. Again, another tight left-hander going into a right-hander. Again, easy to pick up warnings and invalidate here. Doesn't upshift to fourth, and important again to get a good exit out of here, and if you're behind someone, to stay behind them, keeping it tight and putting it in a 15.7, so not that clean of a lap. P10 on mediums, Owen currently faster than him, drops off to P11. Yeah, that's basically a lap of Mexico, and what is it, 36 laps in total?
I think somewhere in that region, yeah.
And it's a one stop or a two stop?
Well, that depends. I'm not sure about this game, but I know for sure on last game the two-stop was viable. One stop obviously gives you track position, but with the massive straight, it's easy to overtake here. So there might be a bit of mixed strategy. Obviously, people closer to the front will probably go for the two-stop from the softs. People near the back might try the counter strats and go for a one-stop starting on the mediums.
Yeah. I think last year's game with safety cars and all of that, a soft medium happened as well. So people that are good on tires could maybe think about doing that one. But
well, I think the tires were a bit harder on 2020 than 2019, so I think that would be a real stretch to pull that strategy off.
Yeah.
But someone might try it.
I would think they I mean, I think it would be right for them to wear a bit harder than last year's game, considering how much more grip and downforce you have, so you're much more planted to the track. But that also means tires are going to could be a bit faster as well. Sonny invalidates his lap there in the stadium section. And goes back into the pits. So we got Gurla here. Gurla's coming through the final corner. And Gurla's going to put in a 14.8, putting him P4. Hello Neth, by the way, in chat as well, and Feather Bear. Goran is on his lap as well, going into the S's here. Tiny lift, but he's skipping it much more flat than what Neon Rays did before on those medium tires. I think Neon Rays will have to go out again on those softs. Owen is, I think, hoping he can stay in top 10 on mediums, or he might look for one more run towards the end. Keeping as many sets of soft as possible towards the end is probably the preferential strategy here. But Goran on the last corner, what's it going to be? It's going to be a 14.5, putting him P3, so that's a good lap from Goran. Hammer also improved, went 14.5, missed that one. Sonny's P15 right now, no improvement. Fubar, 2 laps on those softs, so that's really not good for those tires if he's gonna start the race on them. But at this moment, it's not looking up. I think it's gonna be that way. Owen is actually out on track on mediums again. So did he pit from the medium run and went out on mediums again? I don't know. Pixel?
Yeah, apologies for that. I had to do a quick headset change because my wireless headset was dying.
I thought you just went goopy.
I was working from home today, so I was just playing tunes on on my wireless headset and forgot to charge it. I was working for a couple of hours, so the battery just It just started beeping in the middle of qualifying, and I was going, oh, not good, not good.
Okay, keyboard stopped working. Okay.
Not
Oh,
ideal.
Kirst improved. 1P4, 14.6. That's a good lap from him.
Yeah, solid effort, quite good.
Yeah.
The other thing Milos was telling me today, he managed to. I think he said he only got 1 penalty in 20 laps, which at Mexico is quite good, because you kind of have to abuse the curbs on the chicanes and through the S's. So it's very easy to get penalties here. So if he can keep it that low in the race, then he's in good standing.
Yeah, I think this race is definitely not gonna be set on track position unless if it's gonna be as close as it was in Coda last week after all those restarts, then it's definitely gonna be set
Yeah.
on penalties.
And as you say with restarts, especially if there's a late safety car, that can be really beneficial to be good on penalties.
Neon Ray's on his lap though. This is an important one. In the stadium section, he really needs to not invalidate here. He needs to get this time in it because it isn't softs and he wants to start in the top 10.
Yeah, comes it clean through there. Quite a tight line he takes through the final corner. But it works for him, 13.9.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
you know, that's a decent lap time, I guess. Nowhere near my PB. I did a 12.8. But that's 2 minutes.
More like in 12 minutes, 8 seconds.
Yeah. A really good lap time
your
from
face
Neo
on
there.
this game.
Do we know by any chance if there's gonna be rain?
No one has, certainly not that I've seen in chat, anyway, said anything about the weather. I'm presuming it will be dry. Normally someone would tell us otherwise if there's going to be some rain. And everyone's qualifying on soft, so
Yeah.
generally that's a good indication that things are dry.
Yeah, I would think so. Or it's gonna get wet super fast. That's why they're all going on softs. But yeah, no one that started quali on medium was in the top 10 either way. So
Yeah.
I think if they wanted
It's
to
not
start
really
in
an
top 10,
advantage then.
I think we're gonna be seeing people outside the top 10 definitely starting on mediums and hards maybe even. I don't know how the race pace is on hards on this track, but probably gonna see
I'm
that.
not sure, to be honest.
Sonny starting his lap. You want to give us a rundown because I think you're more professional than me.
Okay. Down the long straight, wings nicely trimmed, braking just before the 100. Feed the car into the apex. You kind of sacrifice the first 2 parts of this. Nice curve usage on the second and third. Gets a good drive out. That's exactly how you want to do it. Down the second DRS straight, the same activation point as you said, just before the 100 again. You actually want to shy away from that curve there because it kind of stops the car from rotating. Nice and clean through there. Kind of want to keep it tight here and just get on the throttle as soon as possible. Waste as little time in the corner as you can. Missed the apex there slightly. That will have compromised him, but running through the S's now, flat out. Lifted there. He wasn't fully confident. This isn't... Yeah, this second sector is not really ideal.
He's still 1.1
And
seconds
not
off.
taking enough apex there. Like, there's definitely room to improve on this lap. Tidy through the stadium section though, which should net him back some of the time he maybe lost. Nice and tight.
14.4.
Yeah, 14.4, so a decent effort, but there is a ton of time on the table there.
Yeah, Owen also improved with the 14.3.
Yeah, good effort by Owen. Didn't really see much of a feature earlier on, although I think he was running on mediums, which would explain that. But good effort for P4.
Yeah.
Still a few laps to come. Milos is improving, nearly a 10th. So can he find more? Let's see.
I would like to point out that Neon Ray, Sonny's time. Oh, Hammer improves as well, goes P5. Yeah, it was a nice sector 2 from Miller's there. Much more confident than.
Yeah, he's 2/10 up. Yeah, this could be a challenge for P5 here. A little bit squirrely on the exit, but kept it going. Nice and tight to the line.
So
That's a
improve, goes
very
P5.
decent lap from Milos. Yeah, P5.
Was decent. Was much more confident through Sector 2 than Sonny was, but yeah, as I was gonna say,
Yeah.
Sonny, I think, just wanted to get a lap time in on those softs and wanted to put it as high up as possible because it is easy to invalidate, and if he wouldn't have pushed that hard, or I mean, if he would have pushed more like harder than that and invalidated, that would have put him in either P15 or he would have had to do another lap on those softs, which is definitely not optimal.
Yeah, for sure not.
Epic is on a lap though, and he's already, no, never mind, he's not 2 tenths up since he just started his lap, but he is on a lap time, and he was the person that was sitting on that provisional pole for super long, and it was the first lap of the session as well, so he is...
Yeah, both himself and Neon on runs at the moment, so both of them want to state their claim for that pole position.
And he is... I missed the sector one time, if it was up or down.
So Epic is down a tenth and a half. I haven't seen Neon's. So far it doesn't look like Epic is going to improve. Neon very much on the edge through the S's, getting everything he could out of it. And improving. Yeah, Epic's backed off. So this is, barring any surprises from Grenade, this should be a Neon pole, but how quick is it is the question. And improves to the 13.7.
Oh yeah, that was a good time.
It's a very good lap, yeah.
And Epic goes back in, so...
Yeah, he backed out of the lap a long time ago.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
having an argument. So I was just vibing on him. Yeah, that's quality though. That's Neon Rays on pole.
Yeah. Grenade actually beats Milos in the end by 300ths. So quite close there.
Yeah, he does have a full-time seat as well, Goran, right?
Yeah, he does.
So maybe for the Mercedes, it's better that way. With him being up in front, but...
Well, Milos has taken the other Mercedes seats as well.
He has.
Shaq has left the tier, yeah. So
okay.
yeah, so both of them are full time. So we have Neon on pole, Epic second, Gurla as ever consistent P3, Owen with a good showing P4, Grenade 5th, Milos decent lap from him, nice and tidy in P6. Hammer, not his best, I would say. He's done better. Sonny, kind of a disappointing lap, I would say.
Yeah,
knowing
definitely
his
had
pace.
at least 3 or 4 more tenths in that lap.
Yeah.
Could have easily
Sure.
challenged for at least the first front row, if not for pole.
Yeah, for sure. Occurs 9th and Blindevink P10. Milos rightly pointing out in the Discord, he did half spin in the second last corner, so that cost him time for sure.
Yeah, definitely. At
Could
least,
have been P3, as they said, so...
especially the fact where he spun, it's important to get a good exit out of there, so yeah, definitely didn't help his cause.
But the thing is, it's a long drive down to turn 1.
Yeah.
So, just because you start down the order off the line doesn't mean that by the time you get out of turn 1, you'll be in a bad position.
Yeah, unlike Monza's first chicane though, this one actually has some space, so...
Yeah, and there's also space to go like 4 wide in the run-up. And it's quite a long entry, so
Danny
you have
left the
time to
session.
sort yourself out.
Invite? Pixel?
Yep. Where is 2SRL Danny? There he is.
Oh wait, don't tell me it's because I think he left at the end of quali, so oh no. I hope his car's in.
His car should be in if he did quali. He's restarting his game.
What happened to me in tier 2 last game? My game crashed at the end of quali, and my car disappeared from the grid.
Oof.
So yeah, not a fun time. Who do you think is gonna win?
Sometimes it be like that. Who do I think is gonna win? Well, it's hard to say, really. Obviously Neon's on form, judging by his quality, and when he's on form, he really is on form. So I definitely wouldn't pass out on him. I think he's a good shout. Sonny, disappointing qualifying, but he does have great pace, so maybe he can pull a surprise in the race.
Epic was also someone that was good in quality, and we shouldn't forget about. It's front row as well for him. Second race as well in Tier 3, so.
The lobby is vibing.
Oh no. Oh no. Not again.
I think it might be restart time.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out
We'll try
of the
there.
lobby and I'll yeah.
Okay, wait, which screen should I go to? Just the live broadcast desk, or do I just go back to the starting
Yeah, just
soon?
go to the starting soon.
Go starting soon?
And mute, yeah, starting soon and mute mics.
Okay, we'll be back shortly. for this race after the restart. Hopefully, unlike last time, this was the last one. He did set everything right, so should be no issues. Everyone's just loading their setups real fast. Hammer first one to load the setup and pressing ready. Okay. So yeah, just a short recap. We have Neon Rays and Epic that were on P1 and P2. So yeah, again, phenomenal lap from Neon Rays.
Yeah, it was a really good lap. It was, I believe it was a 13.7
yeah,
in the end.
it was a 13.7. 4/10 clear off of P2 as well. So, I mean, he's just fine.
Yeah, that was a great lap.
And it is a clear race as well. So
Yeah, it's completely dry. So, no weather gremlins.
yeah, as here we go on for the formation lap.
Yeah, top 10 on softs, as would be expected. Everyone qualified on softs, so it's necessary. Aceboy and Max starting on mediums, everyone else on softs.
Interesting,
so,
only 2 people on mediums.
Yeah. So the game is suggesting that in either case this is a 2-stop race. Soft, medium, or soft, medium. Either of the two. I think soft, medium, or soft, medium, soft actually would kind of be the best way to go. In terms of the one stop, it's I'm fairly sure it's soft to hard. Might be wrong on that.
Soft to hard? I think it could work.
I think soft medium is a bit of a stretch. So.
And again, how fast is the hard here?
Yeah, that's the that's $1 million question, isn't it? No idea. Generally, though, for most races, the hard just isn't a particularly good tire. It's slower. Obviously, it lasts better, and it kind of comes into its own.
This track
in
has 3 DRS zones. I completely forgot. Sorry for interrupting you. The one after the S's, that's a new one, right?
It was there last game. I don't know when specifically it was introduced, or if it was always there. I think
it came sometime last game as well. Same for the Singapore one. Actually, Singapore one wasn't added in the last game.
Sonny doesn't have a setup.
Okay. Well, I mean, we knew that was
Pog.
gonna happen.
Yeah, there was always going to be someone.
Okay, we have 5 red lights going on here for the Mexican Grand Prix. In Tier 3, lights go out as per usual. The drivers don't go yet because the lights didn't go, but here we go. Off the line, a long run down to turn 1. I think the Mercedes back there got a pretty good start. I think that's actually Miloš. Oh no, that's Goran. That's Goran who got a good start. And he's already challenging.
Down in position actually. Epic got a great launch.
Epic got a great start as well, but they're all grouping up. Epic takes the lead. Owen with the dive as well. Almost 3 wide going into that chicane. Owen around the outside of Goran, inside, turns back for him. Owen gives up
yellow flags.
Up to P3. Yellow flags, that's...
Fubar and Blinder are off.
Fubar and Blinder are off. Okay, Epic is leading. Goran is behind Owen now. Miloš lost quite a few positions on the start. Curse is going side by side with him, actually. Maybe a bit of contact in between them, but Curse is on the outside of Miloš here. Curse and Curse fighting for position. Still going side by side.
Curse holding it around the outside pretty well, actually. That was a great move.
That was a really good move from him, but
so
Miloš still looking, and he makes a bit of a mistake here, but Miloš can't really catch up. So.
Yeah, not really an ideal start for Miloš, but he just has to regroup himself and get back into it.
One person who got a really good start here is Owen, who's up to P3.
Yeah, Owen nailing that start there. Epic had a really great launch off the line as well, and managed to hold it into turn 1, which you don't always see if you're the one leading away from the grid.
Yeah, especially the front 2 runners are usually not the ones that stay first and second on this track into turn 1, but on this occasion both of them actually stayed first and second, just the positions in between them swapped.
Sonny passing Gurla.
Yeah, Sonny does not have a setup, neither does someone else, I think. Forgot who. Oh, Danny.
Yeah, Sonny and Danny. I believe Linda has retired, so obviously frustrated.
Danny pitting for mediums though. That's her first retirement of the day. Dragon said there's going to be 5, so it's going to be interesting to see.
Yep, we shall see. Ace Boy attacking first. Getting... Well, he threw his nose in there. Milos able to hold it.
Milos is actually struggling quite a lot here, which makes you think that he load his setup.
Yeah, he's not having a great time so far.
He dropped, what, 5 positions is it already?
Yeah, well, he started P6, so that's
Oh,
4 positions.
Yeah, 4 positions, yeah. It's around there. Curse is on the back of Hammer though, and Curse is flying as well. As Frobsy picks up the first penalty of the session, 3 laps in.
Owen does.
Owen does as
Owen
well.
does as well.
Damn. Frobsy actually getting past Max here. Curse does as well. Millers does as well.
Oh, Milos.
Oh,
What happened to the 20 laps?
I think
was
he's quite
too-
frustrated as well, struggling, dropping that many positions. But DRS enabled this lap. They're not going to have it on the main straight. They're not going to have it on the second straight. Danny, 3-second penalty as well. It's been 3 laps and we already have 4 penalties. Yeah, this
Yikes.
is... Hello, Nico. Hammer penalty as well. 3 laps in, 5 penalties. Okay. You know, how many people do you think are not going to have penalties?
At this going rate, I'll be surprised if there's anyone who doesn't have a penalty at the end of this.
I'll make a risky one. I'll say 2. Futuristic says 4.
And that's a bit optimistic, mate, I reckon.
Optimistic from Futuristic. I'm done.
I'm sure that sounded funny in your head, but it wasn't, not gonna lie.
It was really funny in my head. Same as Curse and Curse going side by side. But Curse is all over the back of Hammer here, and in the stadium section he might be looking for a move, but he's gonna stay behind. And yeah, DRS from Gurla to Sonny. Sonny's actually no, Gurla's not gonna have it. Gurla's not close enough for DRS, so Hammer's gonna have it. Curse is gonna have it. Gurla won't. Sonny won't. But is Hammer gonna get close enough to Gurla, which he definitely will. Gurla teleports back a bit. But yeah, gets past him before turn 1, and yeah, just. The DRS straight is so long that even if you're like 7/10 behind, you're just gonna catch up to someone.
Yeah, and Neon got Epic on the DRS and has bolted away because he had the DRS on the second straight as well. And with the way the detection works, so he has a 6/10 gap already, so now Owen on the back of Epic.
But Epic is actually closing it in.
Yeah, he's pulling it back. But Dirtier and the S's will say differently.
Yeah, 8/10. But he's gonna have DRS here after the S's.
Yeah, crucially he's still in the 1 second window.
But Owen is catching up as well, and so is Goran. They're all DRSing off each other right here. Hammer picks up another penalty, so that's already 6 seconds for Hammer in 4 laps.
Oof.
Millers does as well, so that's 6 seconds for him as well.
Yeah, coming thick and fast. I think Milos mustn't have loaded this setup because he's 3 seconds off the back of Ace Boy already. Its pace is not what he would have wanted. Yeah, the car isn't handling properly. He's completely missed the corner there.
Yeah, look at Epic gaining time with DRS. He gained 3/10 on the main
Milos
straight. Actually, even
hit
more,
him.
4/10. Oh.
Yeah, Milos retires. Mustn't have loaded the setup, or the fuel was wrong or something. I'm not sure what it was, but obviously some kind of issue. That's a shame.
I don't think Blinda had a setup as well.
Well, Blinda got caught up in the
Yeah, that too.
first lap shenanigans, so
Fighting between Gurla and Curse going on. Curse on the inside, Gurla on the inside actually, never mind. But Curse gets in front, so that's a good move from Curse. Probably picked up a
yeah,
warning
he had
there.
to go off track to do it though, so I reckon he picked up a warning there.
I did see a clip from Copy. Wait, there's a bit of fighting going on in front. Fronting, where Owen is. I did see a clip from Copy where he runs wide, going into that penultimate corner, or yeah, that penultimate corner in the stadium section, and he actually doesn't pick up a warning. So yeah, yeah, this game has
Not ideal.
yeah, has a few places where you go off track but not actually pick up warnings. But Sonny is on the back of Hammer here. Catching up with DRS, stays behind. Hammer locks up a bit into that corner. That's not going to help his tires. Sonny's going to have DRS again with no setup. I don't think he has the speed through the corners like he wants to. Even
Yeah,
with DRS,
seeing in chat now, Milos' issue was he didn't know the setup.
Yeah.
There's always one or three.
Or even more.
Yeah, potentially. Like, Hammer, who's normally quick, is a long way behind Grenade, so you wonder, does he have a setup or not?
I think he did load his setup. He was one of the first people that pressed
Actually,
for-
yeah, he did say that he loaded his setup, never mind.
Yeah.
It's just struggling.
Oh, Epic 9/10 off of Neon Rays. No, he's gonna get it. Just 7/10.
Yeah, he's still just about in there.
Neon Rays and Owen though. Owen is on the edge as well. Owen barely gets it as well.
Yeah, just sneaking it across the line.
But Epic is gonna be catching Neon Rays. But look at this. Epic is not actually slipstreaming off Neon Rays. Epic doesn't want to get past Neon Rays here. He knows Neon Rays is fast and he just wants to pull himself along and save up as much ERS as possible. He does have 20% more than Neon Rays. But Owen is the one falling back here as Danny picks up another 3-second penalty. And yeah, Epic catching on to Neon Rays.
Fubar and Fropsy dicing it out for the final point. Although Fubar with no penalties probably has it. Certainly for now, anyway.
There is currently 6 people without penalties yet.
For now.
For now. Goran has actually caught it back up to Owen, to that DRS,
So Neon Rays is on 2 warnings. Epic is on 2 warnings as well. Grenade 2 warnings.
What about Sonny?
Sunny 2 warnings. Ace Boy 2 warnings. Fubar 2 warnings.
So basically everyone that
There's a
doesn't have...
pattern here. Yeah.
Yeah, so at this rate I think everyone's gonna have a penalty.
Yeah, so everyone at the moment has a minimum of 2 warnings, so yeah, likely everyone gets a penalty come the end of this.
8 laps of the race done though, as Epic is ever so close to Neon Rays, and it's 8 laps in. When are you gonna pit? When's the pit window open? Probably around lap 10, lap 11, right? If you're doing a 2-stop. So you go lap 10 to lap 20 to
Depends on if you're doing soft, medium, medium, or...
soft, medium, soft.
Yeah, if you're running 2 soft stints to 1. If you're running 1 soft stint, I would say probably maybe even next lap. Excuse me. If you're doing 2 soft stints, I would say maybe lap 10, lap 11. I would guess.
One person that this is really bad for is Sonny, who didn't load a setup. Let's do again.
Thank you.
It's really bad for him in the championship. He's gonna lose points to Owen, and just because of this result, it might put him out of the contention for the championship as well. So, as Neon Rays actually loses the position to Epic here. Epic just DRS is passed.
Yeah, Neon runs deep as well.
Yeah, Epic will have DRS here because of that protection zone, and Owen is right behind Neon Rays. So, but I don't think Owen is gonna be able to catch up. Owen has no ERS left. He's been boosting just to keep that ERS as well. And yeah, he has to stay behind. So I think Epic might actually be on an in-lap here because he is pushing, but he's at 80% ERS.
Yeah, man's got a ton of ERS. Yeah, he's pushing. I think he's trying to break the DRS.
I think he's gonna go into the pits this lap.
For Grenade's gotten Owen. Owen's had a mistake there somewhere. He's lost a lot of time.
He did. I think it's probably a moment in the S's when your car just snaps on you. And
most likely, yeah, it's very easy for that to happen.
If that is what happened, then it probably was a good save that we didn't get on stream. But,
unlucky.
up in
Yeah,
front.
so Epic still continuing.
Yeah, so,
Not
so
quite
does
able.
Neonrace, so does Goran, so does Owen, and so does Hammer. So everyone continuing for one more lap at least, as Curse picks up a penalty as well, and that leaves us with 5 people with no penalties. Actually, wasn't Curse the one that was the last one to pick up a penalty? Fropsy penalty, another one. 8 tenths Epic to Neonrace. Gap is quite big already, and Epic really showing his true pace here.
Yeah, somehow Grenade went from 1.4 seconds behind these two to right on them. He must have had an incredible third sector to get the DRS in that case. So well done to him on that front.
Yeah, top 3 currently the only people without penalties. All of them though on 2 warnings, or really everyone without a penalties on 2 warnings already. So
Yeah, well, Sunny and Ace Boy further back don't have penalties either, but as you said, all those without are on 2 warnings.
5 tenths Neonrace to Epic. So is Epic gonna have another banging third sector here where he's gonna gain a lot of time? It doesn't seem like it. Seems like Neonrace is much closer,
Yeah.
but Epic is going into the pits. And Neonrace will stay out for one more lap. Goran going into the pits as well. So how much time
Yeah,
is he gonna lose here? He's actually boosting. So he needs to overcut and get as fast of a lap time as he can. And I think the reason why he stayed out is probably because he had DRS and he thinks he can maybe gain the time that he's gonna get, that Epic's gonna get on his out lap. Especially if Epic comes out in traffic, which it doesn't seem like he will.
Yeah, coming out in the pocket all on his own, and Grenade is right on the back of him.
Oh,
following
but
that.
wait, never mind. I felt like I saw someone pick up a penalty, but it wasn't, because it was simultaneously with Epic crossing the pit and exit line. So Neonrace locking up though, going into that double right-hander, and his front left tire doesn't look nice.
No, it looks a bit past its best, if I'm honest.
Yeah, braking through the S's as well is really not what you want to be doing in the race.
No, definitely not.
Owen stayed out for one more lap as well. Owen 3 seconds off, so Owen really dropped off hard of the leaders there. Let's see where Neonrace will come out. I think this is definitely the lap where he's going to be pitting.
No,
And he's not. He's staying out.
he must be doing the one stop. In that case,
Yeah.
if he's extending this deep, but Owen does bit, as
does
does Hammer, Sonny as
Sonny
well.
as well, yeah. That's really all the soft runners, except for Fubar and Frobsy, who have yet to pit. Let's see if they decide to pit here as well. Fubar will be going into the pits, or will he not? Yes, Fubar going into the pits. Frobsy going into the pits as well. So that's really all the soft runners going in. Fubar gets a 5-second penalty for speeding. Yeah, not optimal.
I wouldn't say so.
Yeah, Epic is now behind Ace Boy, or 4 seconds off of Ace Boy. On fresh mediums, Ace Boy is on those mediums that he started on, but how did Epic cross the white line and not get a penalty? Yeah, I don't know, I got confused by that one as well, Neth. But yeah,
Yeah, that's something that might need reviewing.
it is what it is. Goran, 3-second time penalty, so that's one for him.
Another one bites the dust.
Yeah, we got 4. No, wait,
Oh, Ace Boy as well.
Ace Boy as well, we got 3.
Yep. Dropping like flies at the moment. So now just Neon, Epic, and Sunny.
Yeah. Epic gaining though quite a lot onto Ace Boy here, and Owen went onto the hards.
Yeah, so he's going for the one stop. Presumably trying to undercut to get back in to touch with the Neon.
Yeah, Neon stayed off for one more lap though. Neon is losing time to Epic here.
Yeah, he's lost a second on that lap.
But I'm starting to think, what if Neon is trying to go soft to mediums?
It's going to be a big stretch, and his tires are probably going to be kind of dead at the end of it, but maybe he could try it.
He is gonna gain a lot of time through the pits. The pits are what, around 19 seconds I would say?
I'm not sure, to be honest. Probably something like that, yeah.
Yeah, he is struggling a lot. He's locking up quite a lot as well through the corner, so the stars are not in a good shape. But if he can manage to get the mediums, and if there is a safety car or a VSC that comes out, it will help him. And I think he is going for the one stop, most definitely. And I think if he did 12 laps on the softs, and he is going into the pits now. So goes into the pits, locks up, doesn't speed. I think that was just on the limit as well, so nicely done.
Yeah.
Let's see where he comes out as Epic and Aceboy are going through the last sector here. And Epic is just a tiny bit off of DRS on this occasion. He's not gonna have it. He's trying to boost, but doesn't have DRS. His Neon Rays
Neon takes hard.
Takes hearts, okay.
This is crew. What am I watching? Yeah, I got confused because I was watching the stream as well. Yeah, it's not close at all.
Yeah, it's not 2.5 seconds off of Goran, but he does not have to pit again. He is close to them, but the hards, we don't really know the pace off. The car behind him is Owen as well, who is opting for the same strategy, but pit 2 laps earlier than him.
Yeah. So the undercut definitely helped Owen.
Yeah.
He's much closer to Neon than he was.
He gained
but
1
still
second,
not. Yeah.
basically, through the undercut. And Neon Rays lost around 3 seconds or so to Epic by staying out so long. But Epic is on the back of Aceboy here, so is Goran. Aceboy, who is on track for, not really for position, but you know, he is his own strategy. He doesn't need to fight Epic as like super hard, because you know it's not really his fight. He is on a different strategy. But yeah, he's probably just gonna let him go past here as Epic DRSs. Goes past. Goran picking up slipstream from Aceboy. Goran no ERS, 0% around the outside of Aceboy. Was someone down? They made contact
there. Yeah, that was a bit unnecessary.
I think Goran might have picked up another warning there as well.
Yeah, bit rough from the two of them there.
Yeah, I think Goran just wanted to get past him just so he can stay with Epic.
Yeah, perhaps a little too eager.
Yeah. I think it was a risky move he needed to take, because Epic makes a mistake, goes a bit deep, but still gains time onto Goran. So Epic is really banging in the pace, but
Yep.
Neon Rays is
Yeah, his
gaining
pace
a
is
lot of
really
time.
solid.
Yeah, on those hards as well. Owen look at the gap to Owen. Like, he already pulled 1 second
Yeah.
onto Owen, and Owen is on fresh hards as well. So they're on the
Yeah,
same
he's
tire.
absolutely dropped him.
Neon Rays is flying on the hards. He's stuck behind Aceboy in this stadium section. Curse 3-second time penalty. Another one for him. As Aceboy is going into the pits here, so lap 14 for the mediums. Interesting, because Neon Rays did what? 14 laps on the softs and pitted, and Aceboy did 16 on the mediums and pitted. So
Yeah, interesting. Neon. The lap before last. Just checking these laps now, actually. Yeah,
Right,
so Neon's last
2.3
lap was in
seconds off of
19.7.
So Neon made another mistake, costing him some time.
Epic went a bit faster on his last lap, 18.2. So Epic recovered some of his pace again, but yeah, the pace from Neon is quite decent on these harder tires.
Yeah, and Goran lost DRS onto Epic here. Through the S's, he's not gonna have DRS out of them. Unless he can get Sector 3 down right now, he's not gonna have DRS for the main straight and the second straight either.
He's
back in it.
maybe just done enough. He's teetering on the edge.
1.2, 1.1. Oh,
No, I think that was the detection line right there.
No, I think this is the detection line. I think the detection line is mid-corner, but yeah, he doesn't have it.
Yeah. DRS is lost.
Hammer has it on Owen though, and Hammer is on soft tires.
Yeah. Hammer On the softs again, going to have some happy fun time.
And he's catching
against
up
Owen on
onto
the
Owen
hards.
quite fast here.
As would be expected, really.
Yeah. Slaney 3-second time penalty, so that leaves us with 2, Neon Rays and Epic. That's quite
Max
epic.
having an issue of some kind in Sector 3. Back underway though.
As Hammer is on the back of Owen now through the S's. This is really not where you want to be on the back of someone, because especially if you're on the faster tire, you're going to be losing quite a lot of time. Dirty air and all of that. But yeah, he's... Look at that. Oh, and he runs a bit wide. That's a warning. And on the back of Owen, is he going to send one down to the stadium? No, he's not. Maybe in the stadium itself.
Yeah. It'll definitely be well within the GRS though.
Yeah, it's actually not smart to overtake going into the stadium section, because then you really don't have...
You get the double-barreled DRS off the one detection point, and the straights are so long too, so it's unless it's the last lap, there's no reason to do
Hammer
it.
is gaining onto Owen. Will go on the inside of turn 1. Will he get it though? Inside of turn 1, Hammer gets the move done, and that's Owen down to P5, but Owen is on a 1-stop, so it doesn't really matter for Owen, since he's gonna get the position back once Hammer pits. Neon Rays though, 1.7 seconds off of Goran, so he is catching up. All he needs to do is just not overcook those tires and just bring them to the end now, because if he can do that, and if he can keep decent lap times...
Yeah, he's actually holding pace with Epic right now, which is really to the detriment of Epic's strategy, because he's going to lose, what, 18, 19 seconds in the pits, so he'll come out 16 seconds behind Neon at the current going rate.
Yeah, but once he comes
That's a
out,
lot to gain back.
he's probably going to go soft, medium, soft, right? Epic and Goran.
I would guess so.
Because
So he's going to be rapid, but 16 seconds is still an awful lot of time to overhaul in a couple of laps, and softs do die out quick.
Yeah, well, at that point you're gonna be quality fuel almost as well. So
Yeah.
your tires
So,
are gonna be going. Brr, 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 brr.
Yeah, it's definitely not over yet, and it remains to be seen, but certainly the indications are pretty good for Neon.
As Goran picks up DRS as well. Actually doesn't pick up DRS, but is within the DRS detection for when it comes up. One person though that might struggle is Owen, because why is that? Well, Epic and Goran are gonna have to pit again. They're most likely gonna go into softs, and they're most likely will catch up to Owen though, because Owen is almost 5 seconds behind Neon Rays, so I think that 11-12 second gap is much more doable than 16-18 second gap or whatever it is through the pits.
Yeah.
Also, you
Owen,
lose much more time than just 16 seconds as well, because you come out of the pits and you have much less time to accelerate to full speed, so even down the straight to turn 1 you lose quite a lot of time.
Yeah, that's a fair enough point, actually.
Because even after the pits, the run down to turn 1 is still fairly long, because yeah, as Goran is going past the pit exit right here, it's he's already at 300 kph and you come out of the pits at 70, so it's quite a I think it's around 20-22 seconds time loss in total.
Could be as much as that, yeah. Come to think of it, because it
Sonny and
was...
Gerla switching positions.
The gap to Epic when Neon pitted was about 20 seconds, and he did have 2 laps of an undercut, so... well, more than that. It was about 3 laps of an undercut, and the gap was 20 seconds, so... yeah, could be about 22.
As it is now, there's really not anyone close to each other on track except for Gerla and Sonny, who are teammates, and Sonny just went past Gerla. Gerla's also on old softs, will be pitting any of these laps now.
Yeah, it won't be too long from now. 8 lap old softs, they don't go terribly long in this race.
Can Goran pick up DRS though? 9.5999 101. Oh, I think he barely missed it. Oh, he got it!
He just about got it.
Yeah, I
That
think
was
it's actually
really
the
close.
second line, mid-corner, that's the DRS detection zone, because that's exactly when he was 1 second off.
Yep. Well, he had to burn his battery to do it, but he got there.
I think it was worth it even if you lose a bit of battery there, because the DRS is just strong.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter who's in front this stint anyway, so long as, you know, you're holding on.
I mean, both
That's
of them
the
need to
main
worry about
consideration.
Neon Rays now. He is really the only one challenging them right now with the strategy. I don't
Yeah.
think Owen is too much of an issue here. Owen's actually 7 seconds off of them.
Yeah, Owen just lacking a little bit the ultimate pace to hang with them. He should inherit the position from them on the pit stops, but it's possible that they could then get him back, especially in the case of Epic with no penalties.
Do you think Hammer
It
might get
makes
Owen as
things
well
a lot easier.
towards in the last stint? Because Owen's gonna be on old mediums and Hammer's gonna have around 15 seconds.
Well, Hammer has 6 more seconds of penalties, so that's going to make it somewhat more difficult.
Oh yeah, right. There's penalties still in play. I completely forgot that because it just feels natural that everyone has a penalty. But Goran does have DRS once again on the main straight. This is definitely not helping Neon Rays, or at least not helping Neon Rays catch up to Goran. But I think if Neon Rays manages to get those 9-10s somehow, he's quite low in ERS though, so I doubt that will happen. But if he does manage to get within DRS, that's gonna help him drastically.
So, interesting to see. Hammer was closing in a lot earlier on, but the age of the tires has come into play and he's going to stop making inroads on Neon. He's still slowly creeping towards him, but it's not as much as it was.
Hammer really put himself in a good spot as well. He's 1.8 seconds, or around 3.5 seconds off of P2, and P2 still has to pit one more time. So
Yeah.
and so does Hammer. So he's really in a good spot right now.
Yeah.
But then again, he's gonna have to pit onto mediums, while as P1 and P2 are gonna go onto softs. So
Yeah, and also he has 12 seconds of penalties, which isn't going to make life easy for him. Speaking of which, he's into the pits now. So this will be for mediums. Yeah, Neon starting to creep ever closer.
1.9 seconds of the gap.
Yeah, it was actually not
Oh wait, what?
really
Oh yeah.
gaining. Actually, it kind of teeters up and down.
Curse goes up to B5 here. Is anyone else on a one-stop? Aceboy is on a one-stop strategy as well, in P8.
Yeah. He has done the medium hard strategy, which is just throwing away time, frankly. You don't need to go quite so radically hard. Unless he's on a keyboard or something and has awful temperatures, but I don't think he is.
But he is behind Hammer here. So yeah. Nonetheless, Hammer was in a good spot before, and Aceboy's right behind him now. So yeah, it's still a good position to be in for Aceboy. Let me check penalties real fast as well. I always forget this is a thing now. Wait, Max
Yeah,
has 11
rare feature
seconds.
tag.
How? Like he must have picked up
2-3
a 5
seconds and a speeding penalty in
Oh
the
yeah,
pit lane.
speeding in the pit lane, yeah.
Yep, I would do it.
Next show's warning. Maybe that's too much of an ask.
Not gonna lie, you keep commentating different things, and I keep just spacing because I've slept maybe 5 hours in the past 2 days. So it's not that the race is boring or anything. I'm actually just completely spacing out. So if it just seems like I'm smiling and nodding, that's what it is. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so Neon
Oh.
getting a little bit closer. The gap is down to
Danny and Fubar. Danny makes a
2.4.
mistake, and Fubar almost went past him. Danny's on 20 lap old mediums.
Interesting, I would say.
Why?
Yeah, I did.
21.
Realistically, Danny not in the running for.
The points even at this point.
Yeah, not really.
As
Oh, so
Epic and
Epic
Goran.
and Goran pit.
Yeah, both
Yeah.
pitting. Gurla
So
3
now
second
we'll
that
get
penalty.
to. It'd be interesting to see what the gap is now.
Owen
Owen-
comes out in front.
Yeah. 6 seconds of penalties though. Something to
Look
note.
at the gap though Owen has just on the straight. So Epic out of the pits is 9 seconds behind Owen. Let me switch to leader.
Well, about 11.
Yeah, 19
11
seconds.
and a half.
Goran and Epic really close out of the pits though, to each other. As Goran picks up a penalty is a second one actually, so that's
That's not ideal.
that's
But
really not good.
more or less rules him out to fight for the win.
So
He was struggling to hang on anyway with Epic space, having to really burn his battery to get into the RS. But
Epic though, he's gaining quite a lot of time, 18.6 seconds already.
I've just noticed Goran has gone on to the mediums, whereas Epic has gone on to the softs.
Ooh.
Considering the fact that there's 11 laps to go, kind of strange that you would go to mediums because you can stretch the softs that far, particularly at the end of the race when the car is lighter and puts a bit less energy into the tires.
Unless
So,
you set up the strategy wrong. Also, how long are the softs gonna last? Because Epic is gonna be pushing super hard. He gained 2 seconds in the last lap, and he's got 10 laps more to do it. So, theoretically, Epic needs to gain 20 seconds in 10 laps, and
Give or
he's
take.
17 seconds behind. Or he needs 17 seconds, and at this rate, he's getting 2 seconds per lap. But when
but that will fade pretty quickly.
Yeah, so I think that would be around 6 or 7 laps that's gonna fade. And I think in that time he needs to get close to Owen to at least get DRS to help him gain some time.
That would be a help. It's going to be a tall order for Epic to overhaul this, I think. He is giving a good go of it, but it's going to be difficult for him nonetheless.
Oh, I didn't know they have tennis courts by the side of the track.
I didn't know that. Not sure if that information is useful, but the more
If
you
you
know.
ever want to go play tennis while they're racing F1, you can.
Yep. If I ever end up at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez in Mexico City, and I decide on a whim I want to play tennis, which I haven't played since I was give or take about 6. I'll tip on down.
Yeah, it's by the back
Smash
straight
a few rackets.
as Sonny and Sonny and Gurla switching up positions for what seems to be quite a lot of times this race.
Yep. Having a party, having some fun. Yeah, Epic has gained another 2 seconds on Neon.
So it is around 2 seconds per lap then. I'm also guessing Epic will be the one picking up the fastest lap here.
Most likely, yeah. I would say so. He's definitely the fastest of the people currently on softs and freshest tires and all that.
Current fastest lap is from Kurzdo at 16.3, which is 2 tenths faster than Epic's fastest lap. But let's see if Epic puts the fastest lap in here. No, it's not going to be the fastest lap. But Chris currently is the holder of the fastest lap here.
Good to know. So, got 14 seconds.
Yeah, only gained 1 second this lap. 1.5.
Yeah, I thought it was 2, but
Sonny fastest lap.
okay. This stuff by Sonny.
Yeah, this is bad for him in the championship. Wait, where does this put him? So Owen is gonna finish the race third if unless something happens to Epic or Neon race. But
Yeah, by all appearances, it will be third.
that's 15
Possibly
points for
fourth,
Owen.
depending on how Grenade goes.
Yeah, that's 15 points for Owen.
Yeah, 15 points.
Or 18.
So
Yeah,
Neon
15
gains
points.
10.
Neon gains 10 onto Owen. If he
So
wins
that
the
brings
race.
the gap down to 11.
To 11 points. What about Sonny? Sonny loses quite a lot of points here.
Yeah, so Sonny is in P7 at the moment. Assuming P7 is where he finishes on corrected time with penalties and what have you, that's I believe 6 points. So 6 from 15 is 9, so he loses 9. So the gap goes up to it was 36, so that goes up to 45, I believe.
So that
Let me just
really
check the standings just to make sure.
Yeah.
So I'm not certain
Yeah, it was 36.
on what the gap is.
Yeah, but that
Yeah,
really...
which is plus 45.
Well, what that does is just... basically, because Owen and Neon race, you really expect them to score quite high in both of the races. What this does for Sonny is basically take him out of the fight.
Yeah, like mathematically it's still possible, but you at that point you are
But wait, he's P6
literally
right
P6.
And
His
Hammer
point
in
must have
front
had an
has
issue
12
of some
seconds
kind.
of penalties, and he is on softs. So he might actually get P5. And that's already
It's
10
not
points.
over.
Okay, never mind. Okay.
Yeah, because I was just about to say that with things as they were, it would have been a case that he would have to win the next two races with neither Neon or Owen scoring. Well, maybe Neon could score a couple of points, but certainly not Owen with his lead.
Epic getting past Owen here on the main straight.
Yeah, it's only a
11
matter
second
of
gap
time.
to Neon Rays really needs the win here as well.
Yeah. Well, the win will definitely be a huge help, cutting the gap down to 11 sequence.
I mean, a 3-second gap compared to a 10-second...
11
a
points,
3 points
rather, I
compared
mean.
to 10 points is quite massive.
Yeah.
Sonny, 3-second... Oh. Yeah, that's not gonna help him.
Not ideal.
We have around 6 laps to go of the race as well. As Fropsy and Max are fighting for position here, side by side on the main straight. Fropsy with the RS though, so not a hard move for him. Max is also on 23 lap hold cards, so Fropsy's just gonna breeze past, and yeah, that's a position for him in the points now. Danny also finally decided eventually around 4 laps ago to pit away from those mediums and pick up a time penalty right now. Is Max gonna get a puncture? He has to do 5 more laps on those tires.
Well, the hards would probably last that long, I would say. If they're not looking their best now, you can see the wear on the front tires anyway, but
well, his front left.
this should get that far.
It's sliding already.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a fun car to drive by the looks of things.
That's classic for the Ferrari. Epic, 9.7 seconds.
Yeah. Ever closing. Yeah, the next probably 2 laps is gonna hit a wall where the tires are gonna start to drop off.
Max pits here with his tires.
On to softs.
Curse is on the back of Gerla here. Curse and softs, Gerla on mediums. So Curse is on faster tires, so he wants to get past for those 2 extra points. DRS as well. I think he's gonna go.
Yeah, it won't be close enough, but this will set him up nicely for the run down the back the start-finish straight.
Ooh,
Sorry.
girl also goes a bit deep there, so
Yeah, just a touch. Car's right on him. Yeah. Gap is really close. This is going to be an easy move.
with DRS, yeah, slipstream pulls on the inside.
Yep.
And yeah.
Not entirely sure there was the need to waste a few percentage points of battery pressing overtake there. He was, and that's kind of a bottle job of a chicane there, really. Gurla on the attack. Now, because Kuros used his battery when he didn't need to, he's vulnerable. Gurla doesn't challenge it, but yeah. Kurz didn't play that nearly as
Chris
smart
has
as
a
he could
moment
have.
there as well on the exit with a half slide, so that is it's not gonna help his tires because he still needs to make them last for a couple laps. And Epic 8.1 seconds off. Yeah, Epic is not gaining as much time as he would need to here at this point. He's only gaining what is around 1 second per lap or so, and yeah, he would need to be getting much more as there's 4 laps left of the race.
Yeah, he's encountered the. Well, he's starting to encounter the crossover point where the wear on the softs is so great that he stops making the impact that he was early on.
I mean, the wear on the hards for Ian race is definitely quite massive as well, but I think it's almost, yeah, it's
It kind of pales in comparison to the softs, really.
yeah.
I think there's much less of a drop off in pace on the hards than there is on the softs.
Yeah, we saw
So
Max do
it
what,
kinda-
23 laps in the hards, and
Yeah.
I think I'd be confident to say that Ian race might be a bit better on tire management as well than Max is.
Yeah,
because-
looking by how Max's car was handling, I think he was being much harder on his tires than Neon was. Neon picked up time penalty though.
Ooh.
I just saw that flash up there, so that changes the equation somewhat.
Yeah, that means Epic only needs to gain 4 seconds, which is much more doable at this stage.
Yeah, definitely. 3 laps to do it, mind you, so that's going to be... It is still going to be a tall order, but the opportunity is there.
6.8 seconds. Oh, that penalty might actually be massive for Neon race.
Yeah, it certainly spices things up, and of course with the HUD as it is now, Epic will have seen that.
Why is he moving left and right? Fuber actually moved out of the way as well. Fuber being blue flag. Just because ghosting was on doesn't mean you should ignore blue flags. Because even though you can ghost through people, dirty air is still there. So 6.2 seconds. He has 3 seconds to gain. So on board with Epic here. His car just is planted. Doesn't even consider running wide.
It's really close.
I mean, looking at Epic's onboard, he's just driving fantastically.
Yeah, he's caught over a second this lap.
That last sector looked super tidy.
Yeah, he gained half a second in that last sector alone.
Just looks like everything he does, no hesitation. Perfectly.
Yeah,
done,
which
everything.
in this scenario is exactly what it needs to be. Gorwin passing Owen for P3. Some implications there, potentially.
Yeah, definitely. 5.4 seconds, so that's 2.2 that he needs to gain in 2 laps. Max 3-second time penalty, which I think is completely irrelevant at this point since he is out of the points. And there's quite a way off, 20 seconds off the point, so penalty's not gonna help him. Yellow flag, that's I think Max who is spun around.
Yeah. It is
Okay.
Max.
Now that penalty is definitely irrelevant. But 5.2 for Epic with 1 lap to go.
2 seconds and 1 lap. I don't think he's going to do it.
He's got ERS So does Neon Rays. 1.8 seconds. This is gonna be down to the line basically. If he can get the lap in,
I
but
think
those,
there's gonna be a couple of tenths in it to Neon's benefit, but it's gonna be mighty close.
those tires are. Yeah, they are. They are.
Yes.
Those tires are. They're 10 laps old. So yeah.
They do in fact be.
Yeah, he's not even gaining to that first part. He's actually tiny bit of a gain there. Yeah, he's marginally gaining any time. 1/10 there, 2/10 now, 3. Okay, it's a better exit. 1.4 though, 1.4 in a sector and a half. Then
Yeah,
again, this sector.
doubtful.
Ooh, he takes a lot of the exit track there. I think he's just pushing as much as he can. He knows if he gets a penalty or not, it doesn't matter because he needs that 1.7 seconds, which doesn't seem like he will be getting here. Coming into the section, as Neon Rays will cross the finish line any moment now. Going through the last few corners, Neon Rays drove a fantastic race, picking up 1 penalty, crosses the line, and he will win the race. He will win Tier 3 by 1.8 seconds away from Epic with a 1 stop. A really well done, a really good job from Epic as well, picking up P2 with
Yeah,
no
that was great
penalties.
to see.
Goran,
Oh,
P3.
Owen's had an issue. Owen's really slow.
What happened? Owen, I think, is in
He
low
has a
fuel mode.
puncture.
Oh, he has a puncture?
Left rear puncture, yeah.
Left rear oh.
Right on the last lap. So he's lost P4 and P5 to that. Down to P6. That's only gonna be 8 points.
Oh, and Sonny missed out on P4 by 2/10.
Yep.
That could have been even
So,
worse for Owen.
So Owen loses 19 points to Neon, so the gap is down to 2 points. Yikes.
And what about Sonny? Sonny gains
So-
what, 2 points?
Sonny gains, yeah, 2 points.
So the
So
gap.
Sonny's still in contention.
So Sonny goes to what, 34 points to Owen?
Yeah, 34 points to Owen. That's correct.
Who would you give driver of the day?
Sorry, 35 points to Owen. Driver of the day.
35?
Yeah, the gap was 37, not 36.
Yeah, but it's still. It's
Yeah, and
still
he's
30,
getting 2,
it's
so that's
34 because he had
35
fastest lap.
points. Oh yeah, that's yeah. So it's 34.
It's 34, yeah.
Driver of the day. I mean,
You know, I don't
the,
like.
the front two stole the show, really.
Yeah, I mean,
like-
the show was mostly on Epic, Goran, and Neon Rays for the whole duration of the race. Hammer did a good recovery drive, but I mean, if I was to say it, I hate giving it to the race winner, but yeah, it's either Neon or Epic for me. Epic had no penalties, 2 warnings for basically the start of the race, and drove a fantastic job. And Neon Race was just fantastic on driver management, on tire management. So if you have to choose between one of them two.
Here's the thing: Neon was able to keep pace with Epic on a harder compounded tire. He was on hards. Epic was on mediums. So I think Neon drove better. Obviously, he had the penalty, but I think on the balance he drove slightly better. So I would give it to Neon.
Yeah.
If you had to pinch me for it.
Yeah, I would agree with that one. But anyways, let's move on to here.
Sound.
Neon was saying Epic driver of the day.
Well, you can
You
give
can
it
appeal
to him if you want.
appeal driver of the day. But let's start with the interviews. Let's actually bring our race winner in here. Neon Race. Congrats on the win. Hello.
Thank you.
Pretty epic drive, I have to say.
Right, thank you.
Just talk us through your race, really.
Let's see. Well, I was definitely not gonna go with a two-stop strategy. Not because it's slower, but because what I thought was even if the race director says that the soft to hards is like, I think it said like 20 seconds slower, something like that. I said there's no way it's 20 seconds slower, because if you've got a two-stop, you need to fight through the pack twice. You know,
Yeah.
so that's double the opportunity to mess up your wing and get pushed out to get a penalty or something like that. So it's the easier option, and I just had the pace for it, so I got lucky there.
Yeah. Well, you drove really well. Also, something to note, I don't know if you noticed, Owen got a puncture on the last lap, so he finished
I-
P6.
I thought he finished P6 because of the penalties he had, but how many places did he drop? Like,
Well, he
Really
was
2
running in.
places. It was fourth. It was fourth, and he dropped down to sixth due to the puncture.
Yeah.
ooh.
He had penalties as well, but the people around him had penalties also.
So lucky me that I decided
so
to stay out for that extra lap.
Yes, so the gap goes down to 2 points now from I believe it was 21.
Ooh, that's nice. That's as long as I don't mess up on DNF on Brazil, which I really like doing. I really like the pit exit on Brazil. My right side of the wing really loves that. Like, it's very physical with that wall.
Yeah.
So yeah, Brazil's gonna be interesting. I'm not slow on it, but I'm not consistent on it.
Yeah.
And then Abu Dhabi, I'm just gonna hope that I don't spin out coming out of a corner or get too many penalties because of like inconsistent corner cutting rules. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, they're not bad tracks, so I'm looking forward to the next 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be fun to watch, and it's by all accounts, it's most likely going to go down to the wire.
I do hope so. I do hope that he doesn't just DNF and like get messed up by someone, like some random again. Like, I kind of want there to be a bit of a challenge there.
Yeah, for sure. In any case, though, really good drive today. Well done.
Yeah.
And
Driver of the day
championship
from us.
is definitely on. Yeah, driver of the day.
Appreciate.
You were petitioning for epic driver of the day, but you have
I
no
mean,
say in this.
I did it with like, I said that logically because though I did only get a penalty because of a little bit of a lapse like a little lapse on a straight, so a bit unfair, but like, I mean, fair enough. Like, he got no penalties on that hell of a track on penalties, like, let's go with Hammer getting 12 seconds. Like, it's just, if you're focused enough to not get a penalty, I'd say it gives you a pretty good like advantage in the driver of the day. So that's why I nominated him.
I think the reason why I swayed towards you was mostly because of your tire management on the softs and then on the hards as well, and just your pace on the hards, which is something else.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure. Pace wise, sure. Okay. I don't mind. Obviously, I don't mind. All right. Well then, have a nice night, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you too, man.
Bye.
Bye bye.
All right, take care.
Next,
I think we'll get Epic in next. Yeah. Hello, Mr. Epic.
Hello.
Pretty close in the end, especially with the penalty. Not quite there, but just tell us how that went for you.
I pushed everything I had, but yeah, it was too hard.
Yeah, it was really close though, 1.8 seconds. Do you think there was maybe anything more you could have done to bridge the gap, or was it just a little bit too much?
I don't know. I don't really know, but I pushed everything I had, and I didn't. I did no mistake, I think, but yeah, I think it was too tough. I should maybe pit one lap later, or yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, well, obviously it's easy to say in hindsight, but you did drive a really good race.
Yeah, thank you.
So you can be happy with the result in any case.
thank
P2
you.
is still great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Congrats
So
on the B2 and not picking up a single penalty as well.
What do you
yeah,
say?
you drove really impressively.
Yeah. I had no penalties, no.
That was really good.
So obviously you're new to the tier, and immediately you've established yourself as being one of the pace setters. Do you have any goals in mind? Do you want a seat? Are you looking to next season?
Yeah, I
So,
want that seat to the next season.
Yeah, well,
That's what I'm aiming for.
yeah, I'm sure something can be arranged. I am the
Yeah.
tier 3 admin, well, one of them, so I can certainly look into that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can have a look at maybe getting you a seat on you. If not
Yeah.
for the last 2 races of this, the last 3 races of this season, then certainly next season. Yeah, I think that's about it for me. If Sanix has anything to add.
No, I
Or
think
you.
that's about me. You're usually the one that does interviews here. I think you just know much better what to ask. Yeah, I just usually congratulate people on the drive, and yeah, it was definitely fun seeing you trying to catch up to Neon Rays in that last stint, and yeah, not picking
Yeah.
up any penalties.
I
It's
hope
just
you
awesome.
enjoy it.
Yeah, I think we
Yep.
I'm
definitely
really sweaty right now. I really pushed everything.
it
Yeah.
definitely looked like it.
Yeah, it did for sure.
And
So-
I also want to say thank to my pit crew, and they did a good job, and yeah, take me the whole race, so
Yeah.
I can focus on my thing and driving.
Yeah, definitely. Well, in any case, congrats again, and yeah,
Thank you.
we'll see you next
good
time.
job.
With performances like that, you'll definitely end up here again.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
hope so. Yeah,
Alright, thanks, man.
thank you.
Cheers.
Let's do Hammer, and I think we could.
Yeah, I think we'll leave it at that then.
Hammer.
Hello.
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 Yeah, I'm waiting for a question.
That's it. Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Goodbye.
Okay, good interview.
So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night, all that.
12 seconds of penalties.
Yeah, brilliant, isn't it?
How?
Well, I had 6 seconds after 3 laps, so I was like, okay, I don't care anymore. Like, this is by far the worst track for me. Well, no, maybe Monaco is even worse, but Mexico is worse because you only also get penalties a lot. At least I do. And the only way to be somewhat capable of setting lap times here is like cutting the track, apparently. So I just got penalty after penalty, and I was just, struggling. And I got super lucky. Like people not choosing the setup at the restart. That was lucky. I think Cursed had an incident who was faster than me. Curse was also faster than me and had an incident. What else? Owen punctured in the final lap, so that was also lucky. Basically, it was one big lucky race, and I somehow got fourth, where I didn't deserve to be. I had, I think in pure pace, I was like 9th or 10th. I'm really terrible to track, and I cannot even keep it clean. Like, I even had wing damage apparently, which I didn't know until I got into the pit and they replaced my wing. So, can you imagine that? Like, you're going into the pit and why are they replacing my wing? So yeah, that was just a comedy race basically. So yeah, somehow P4. That's the win of the day for me.
Yeah, it was definitely all of a sudden you just showed up like really high up because at the start you seemed to be struggling, and we just saw you up high, and I was like, wait.
How did he
What?
get there?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I was a bit confused by myself, yeah.
Like when Owen spun in my mind, it was like when he punctured, I was like, okay, now I'm P6 or something. And then I was at the finish, like P4. P4? How did I get there? What? Did I miss something? Really? Yeah, but it was funny. And the last stint was funny as well because Sonny had 6 seconds of penalty and I had 12. And basically, we were in a race 6 seconds apart, trying to, I was trying to keep the gap and he was trying to get within 6 seconds. So that was funny. But other than that, it was a horrible race. Give me Brazil, please.
You'll get Brazil next week.
Yeah, that's my favorite track. So
you're going to Brazil.
Yep, I'm going to Brazil. No, I'm really looking forward to Brazil. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, you do seem to go well there, so definitely an opportunity. P6 in the championship now, because you outscored Gurla by a couple of points. Do you reckon the P5 is on the cards? Maybe even
Yeah.
P4?
Yeah, if I do well in Brazil, if I do what I want to do in Brazil, then definitely. But of course, there's a couple of other fast guys, like Neon today at awesome pace. And Epic as well, by the way. So yeah. Hopefully P5 maybe. Would be cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, best of luck with that. Thanks for the interview. I think that's
Yeah.
it from me.
Thank you guys.
Yep. Thanks for,
Yeah, no
thanks
worries,
for
man.
joining. Congrats
See ya.
on P4.
All right, see you,
Yeah,
man.
see ya.
Yeah.
I just realized Red Bull also overtakes Haas in constructors. I think. Yeah, they do. No, do they? Where'd the Gurla finish?
Gurla finished P8.
So that's what, 4 points?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 4 points. Yeah, so because Sonny gained what, 3
It's
points?
only P5 plus fastest lap.
So that's what, 3 points on him, onto Owen? No, they're equal. Wait, no. Yeah, they're even. They're even on points.
Things happened in the constructors.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, let's put it that way.
Yeah, things happen in the constructors. Well, anyways, yeah. On that note, thanks everyone for watching. Yeah, and we'll see you next week in Brazil. We're going to Brazil.
Adios.
Adios.